Alright, it's been a month since I posted the Q&A announcement. I think it's about time I actually make it. So, as well as asking this on YouTube, I also did put it on Twitter. I will call it X when I'm dead. But thankfully there's only one Twitter question to go through before we get to the bulk of the video. So, I'll just do that real quick. From Molten. Does the faceplates open up like a sister location animatronic? Yes. Alex Pickman 14. What's your favorite FNAF game? Well, I haven't really thought about the FNAF games in a while. I think my favorite at the moment is probably Into the Pit. I just love the smooth pixel animation. It's so good. Platinum Tunes. What's your proudest achievement on your channel? Gonna be honest, I had a really hard time trying to think of an answer for this one. But I think I'm just gonna go with the fact that I got on the Vapors Trying Not to Laugh. I think that's probably the most proudest achievement that I've gotten. Look, it's the best I got, okay? Entity 302. Favorite FNAF character? That's a pretty easy one. It's Molten Freddy. Top 3 favorite Pokemon. Oh boy, here we go. It's honestly hard for me to pick. Like, when people ask me for my favorite Pokemon, just the one, it is hard for me to choose because I like over half the decks. I wish I was kidding, but no. But I think, consistently speaking, 3 have always made my top 3. Those being Alolan Vulpix, Floragato, and Sylveon. What got you into FNAF in the first place? Well, I would go into detail about it. Like I mentioned in the 10-year anniversary video, I'm wanting to save the big, long explanation for a separate video. I'm gonna give a very short version. From FNAF 1 to 4, I was terrified of the game, and then after FNAF 4's release, and also with FNAF World's release, that's when I started to ease into the franchise, and by the time that the first Sister Location trailer came out, I was already a fan, I was excited, and that's basically just a very short version. I'm gonna go into a long-winded explanation in a separate video, whenever I get to it. Have you watched the Special Strike series? And if so, when did you discover it at all? I have watched the Special Strike series, and obviously all the specials and all that. And how I discovered it, I don't remember the exact video, but I remember the gag where it was like the weird old Fredbear model like dropping the plushie, and then the plushie just like gets mad, just like Sir Halo. And then he just fucking goes, Sir Halo slaps and just starts stabbing Fredbear, and then Sir Halo screams. I don't remember what video that was, but that's like the earliest one that I remember on the top of my head. Jonathan VO7991. Are you excited for Sonic X Shadow Generations? I'm gonna just keep this one really quick. The only Sonic related thing that I'm really excited for nowadays is the 3rd movie, and that's it. Matthew Barker 919 and your friend Yenny86YT Jingle All the Way 3 Darkness Awakens. Is it coming on this year in December? Yenny!
Yo.
So what? This question is just weird because it's more or less a you question, not so much a me question. So.
Oh, well, I mean, I guess I could give a good answer to this. Well, it's actually very, very simple, okay? It's very, 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 very simple, okay? When is it coming out? It is coming out on...
I cannot pronounce this name, I'm sorry. Question, if you use SFM, how hard is it to animate on SFM? Like, how difficult? Well, you're basically asking someone who's had almost 8 years worth of experience with SFM, but I think from a beginner level, I don't think it's that hard to understand. As long as you can kind of look up some tutorials, kind of get the main gist of what's going on with SFM, I think that's basically your go-to. If you're wanting to do SFM, I'd suggest going to... I think Valve has their own SFM like tutorial series on YouTube. So I think that would probably be the best way to start. I feel like it's an easier animation software to get an understanding of. It's just a lot to take in. That's kind of how I'd say it. Scolio the Pumpkin 535. What is your dream SFM project? It's a little hard to explain, so I'll just give an example. So we know what scares you by Tryhard Ninja. The song was not at all released beforehand, rather it was released alongside an animation on Tryhard Ninja's channel by Gelanti. That's what my dream is. To basically be the person who makes the quote-unquote official animation of a song that hasn't been released yet, and that has its respective song released with its respective animation. Stargaming 18. I never asked this before, but what's the process of editing any kind of video? Honestly, the process of editing for me is very dependent on what I am doing. If it's a very short, like, meme edit, I can knock that out in like 10 minutes, it's not even that much. But when I go all in on editing, which for some reason has always been my FNF covers, I don't know why, but regardless, the main point of it is, it just depends on what I'm doing. If I want to go all in on the editing, I will do that. If I just want to make a quick little meme edit, I'll do that. It's very dependent on what I want to do. That's kind of the best way I can simplify it. Yenny86YT, who is best pony? You know, I should have expected that question coming from you, Yenny. But, my friend, you seem to have forgotten one simple thing. I am the element equivalent of her in your universe. The one, the only... It's Fluttershy. There's a lot of reasons as to why I like Fluttershy the most out of the main 6. Mainly, her personality is very relatable to me, and her design has always been unique to me. And that's about it, because, I mean, come on. What else could I say that hasn't already been said about her? She's just the best one of the main 6. I mean, come on! And of course, right as I was getting into the editing process, someone sent a question. Are you aware that I'm inside your walls? I'm informing you of these surprise pokes of holes in you. I can barely breathe! On a serious note, Mario or Sonic? Well, that's one way to put a question in for this Q&A, but alright, I'll roll with it. Well, I like both Mario and Sonic. I think I'll give the edge to Mario, because I just grew up with more Mario-related media than I did with Sonic. You know, my Sonic-related media I even remember are a few episodes of Sonic X, playing Sonic Colors on the DS, and that's the only Sonic game I played, by the way, and watching the Night of the Werehog animation when it came out. And that's it. That's literally all I remember about Sonic when I was younger. Meanwhile, Mario, on the other hand, I have many more memories. New Super Mario Bros. 2 on the 3DS. My first ever game on the 3DS, I might also want to add. Super Mario 3D World, Super Mario 3D Land. There's a lot more Mario-related media I remember watching when I was younger. So I think I've always been more of a Mario guy than a Sonic guy. And with that, that concludes the video. I don't know what else to do. Bye.